I'm Laura Strutt, author of the Haynes DIY Wedding Manual, and I'm going to show you how you can make some ribbon designed wedding invitations. The great thing about these invitations is you can print them out on your home printer using a selection of different fonts, and by working with different papers you can create really nice effects. So I've picked out a slightly blush coloured paper to print my wedding wording on, and then I've got a texture paper for the background. I've picked out a couple of ribbons that coordinate with it, and then I just need some distressing ink, some paper glue and some scissors. So we're just going to carefully cut out each set of wedding, just leaving a small border the whole way round. These are going to be mounted onto our textured card, and to give it a bit of a dramatic appearance off the back of the card, we're just going to edge it on some distressing ink. So to do that, I leave the ink pad so the pad's facing up, and I'm just going to run the edges. So just holding it loosely at each side, just drawing the paper back and forth across the ink, and then turning it and doing the next side. And we'll have a nice neat border. Now we just need to leave that to dry just for a couple of minutes, and then we can secure it onto the card. All we need to do is use a small dab of paper glue onto the back of the wording. You don't need to use loads and loads, you just want enough to hold it down, so just work around the edges. Position it really neatly onto the top. If you've got a card that's got a texture or a pattern, like this one's got tiny little dots, we can use that just as a guide before we press it down into place, and then trim it up with scissors. So you could make a few different ones of these. You could add in, if you wanted to let your guests know directions, or local hotels, just make up a few more cards and you can stack them together. And then to finish it off, it's nice to add a little ribbon. So what we'll do is we place a large piece of ribbon over the front and bring it round. If you even up the ends so that it sits centrally, you can pass it round and create, as you would on if you were gift wrapping, so you're just bringing the ribbon across and to the front. And then I want to add in a second colour of ribbon just to make it a bit more fancy. So if you've got your wedding colours, you can pick out the different shades. And then I'll tie these around, and that's just going to hold that second ribbon in place. Draw them up into a bow. And there's your wedding invitation, ready to pop in envelopes and send out to all your friends. You can find lots more ideas for projects to make in my book, The Haynes DIY Wedding Manual, available from haynes.co.uk.